Hey everybody, and welcome to the next installment in my Let's Play. Last part, we took down Logbox 2. In this part, we are going to take on something else. Should be Nutty Acres 4 unless we open up the Logbox 3. Trophy Thomas has a nifty purpose in the game. If you get a jiggy time on a challenge, you can talk to him and go back and take care of it as a trophy time. You know, just talk to him, pick the challenge, go to it, try and meet your best time or get the trophy time. Another thing, I did a lot of off-screen collecting of notes, parts, and I even bought a few jiggies from another guy I'm going to get into in a little bit. I just actually ran into Mr. Bit, quite literally. To speak to him when he's resting, you can buy 10 notes, a combination to one of the 3 towers throughout Showdown Town. Moving on, let's see, Jolly Dodger is the guy I bought the jiggies from. I'm gonna actually go pick up the 4 I purchased already. Here is his jiggle vent. It's kind of out of the way, you know, it's supposed to be nifty, hidden, a little secretive. He has 5 jiggies, one for 25, 50, 75, 100, and 125 notes. I purchased the 4 cheapest ones. So that means we're gonna just right off the bat take care of 5 jiggies in the game right away. I also hit that jiggy tamper switch I showed you guys right at the start of the Let's Play. So that means that will bring our grand total up to 14 jiggies once I turn these in. Isn't that wonderful? Anyways, over at the pier, which I really haven't covered much, there's 2 things you can do. It's called Jinjo Bingo and Hero Klungo Saves the World. Yes, it's actually spelled that way. Hero Klungo Saves the World is just a platformer where you use one button to jump. It auto-scrolls, auto-moves, and if you screw up, you die. You restart the level, and there is actually a problem with it. It quote-unquote glitches, and I just tipped right over. But we're just going to continue on and ignore the tipping. I try to frantically get the jiggies into the thing. Jiggy thing. Whatever. Oh, cool. We unlocked Logbox 3, so it looks like we're going to be doing that today. Jinjo Bingo. If you go horizontally, you get notes. If you go vertically, you get parts. There are Jinjos in every single act, and they vary in number. I'm not going to show the Jinjo collection on screen. I'll show 1 or 2 of each type of challenge on screen. And, but if you guys really want, I will show each Jinjo in their separate part once I hit 25 jiggies. Put that in the comments section, what you think. I would really like to know if you want me to do all the Jinjo challenges on screen, or if you just want me to show you what each kind of one is like. I would actually really appreciate the feedback on that. Let's see if Humba has any buttons. Anyways, but as you... Oh, crud. Cops are out. And, ooh, 3rd level to Hero Klungo Saves the World is out. Anyways, I'm not buying any accessory parts until end game. Anyways, let's head on our way to Logbox. The cops have 2 models. There is just a red-based model on an air cushion that will just try to ram you, much like I did to that wall. The other model, they're on a black version of the air cushion, and they launch grenades at you. Their purpose is to stop you from collecting jiggies that you have won in challenges. And they also have other little stipulations. Bump into someone, they could go off. Shoot the laser, they go off. Honk your horn, they go off. Basically, if you grab a jiggy, shoot your laser, or honk your horn, which, by the way, the laser and the horn you get way later in the game, they go ballistic and start chasing you. And if they knock jiggies out of the trolley, the jiggies go back to the jiggo vents after a little bit of time. So let's actually just build a plane real quick, see if we can't get up to the top of this area efficiently. Other things I would like to mention about Logbox. The discs on the ground are just basically disc versions of the N64 cartridges, except for the Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts one, for the old Banjo games or Rareware games in general. Spirit of Pants, Grab by the Ghoulies, Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie. And they actually did go through scrapping Banjo 3 because sales for Banjo 2 were too low. which is why we got Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts from Rareware for the next Banjo game. but I'm not going to go into those stupid details now. So actually, we got a lot of new parts from doing that off-screen collecting. We got propellers, wings, engines, fuels. Spoilers actually do serve a practical purpose, even though they are accessories. What they do is that they mildly increase the speed of your vehicle based on where they're placed. On flying vehicles, if you set them in front of the wings, they generate additional lift. Propellers. We have 4 small propellers, which I'm going to attach now. Those are needed for flight without jets. Anyways, I know this is kind of boring watching me build a vehicle, but the testo track, which I haven't really gone into, it's basically, it's set up based on the parts you have. If you start with floaters and no wheels, you start in the quote-unquote oceanic area. If you start without floaters but wings, basically if you have wings, you start on the flying point. If you start with only floaters, you start in the aquatic point. And if you start with just wheels, no wings or floaters, you start on land. There's a bunch of different things you can do in there. There's an achievement called Floater in the Pipe, where there's a floating soccer ball in it, and if you grab it and drag it down into the tunnel that runs underneath the elevated section in the middle of the testo track, you get an achievement for it. And as you recall, I mentioned planes are bad ideas in Logbox 720. I just like them that much. You can do something different to get up to the Gruntilda challenge. I don't really care. How you get there isn't the issue. The vehicle you use is. There's a number of ways you can beat the challenge. You can beat it just by driving. You can beat it by using air cushions or floaters if you've collected them via clever item collection. Or you can fly, which is what I'm going to do, since you get flight parts naturally. If I would stop running into random objects again. Anyways, like I said, this is a Gruntilda challenge, so you're getting a special part afterwards. I'm not going to spoil what it is in case you haven't gotten this far. Anyways, in this challenge, she will be driving on the water. She's going to try and shoot you down, so you can't complete the challenge. It's a very short course, 4 laps. Oh, crud, I didn't save the vehicle, so I'm going to have to make a new one. Anyways, I'm just going to cut that. Let's put it this way. This vehicle's a lot better than the one we were just using. Let's see, what else is there? Expanding, folding wings. And I forgot to put the propellers on. Funny. Folding wings are really useful in this challenge because you can fold them in for a quick drop in case you get too high. Folding wings are actually my preferred choice of wing. Sure, they don't generate as much lift as the standard wing, but they're far more versatile and allow your vehicle to travel on both land and air. Adding floaters makes it an all-terrain vehicle. Let's see. Propellers, fly, float. Oh, they're there. Small ones, there we go. Yeah, in my haste to get the challenge started, I forgot to put the propellers on the vehicle. LOL! Anyways. Gruntilda challenges. If you can post a time better than mine with the parts you've collected up to that point, feel free to do so. I mean, I would really like to see how well you guys are doing in this game. Not that it's going to affect my LP or anything, but as you can see, you know, don't release them too soon, otherwise it's going to retract in. If I could get control of the vehicle, I'd be able to show you. Flying, you take a humongous lead on Gruntilda. Like, already, we're like a lap and a half ahead. Well, actually, now we're a lap and a half ahead. Oh, crud, I missed. But especially if you're flying, you really don't have to worry about losing ground against Gruntilda, and there are grunt pads that fly up in case you leave the pre-prescribed parameters of the level. Haha, they can't catch us. And there's the finish line. Like I said, 4 laps, really easy, and looks like we're going to crash into the wall in the back. Trophy time, 51 seconds, 51.32 seconds. Not bad for the first successful attempt. I could have done it without the propellers, but I wanted to show you how much easier flying made it. As you saw, all those obstacles make it really difficult to control a fast vehicle. And then with Gruntilda shooting at you, it could knock out your wheels, causing you to lose extremely large amounts of time. Anyways, but since we beat Gruntilda in a Gruntilda challenge, instead of, just wailing on her in Showdown Town, we get a part from her. And what we get this time is... drumroll, please. Yes, I'm delaying this for a stupid finger drum roll. Floaters. These allow you to float on water with a vehicle. Very low weight, very low strength, they're not very powerful, but they are a command item. You can inflate and deflate them at will. Anyways, so, let's see here, what else is there? I'm really running out of ideas for things to say right now. If any of you have a nice idea about how I can do something to make this more interesting for you guys, feel free to put that in the comment section. I really do appreciate the feedback. I love you guys for subscribing and staying with me for whatever reason or another. So yeah, now we've got them on our vehicle, thanks to Log, and that was kind of weird, the bridge redropped itself. With the floaters, we can now get the trolley to but we can get the trolley to Banjo Land. So, I'm just gonna grab this Jiggy and wrap up the video. Next part, we are going to do, Nutty Acres 4. No skipping it this time. We are doing Nutty Acres 4. So I will be skipping one challenge there, simply because it's extremely difficult without a particular part. You don't get until later in the game, called Clockwork Kazooies. And what they do is that they're homing missiles that fire out against the enemies. And the challenge I'm skipping is you have to keep Mr. Fit up with enemies charging at him. And without the Clockwork Kazooies, you can't shoot them down, and they'll just keep chasing Mr. Fit. And we get the Humba Plane and the Humba Boat, both of which are pretty garbage. So, in the next part, we are going to take on number 4 from Nutty Acres. And then, from there, we will do more. So, we will see you next time.